Good morning, Lambton County Council and members of the public who are joining us this morning. Before I ask Mr. Beauchamp to take the roll call, I want to acknowledge Councillor Loosely coming back after a few months. Welcome back, Councillor Loosely.
Thank you, Ward Myriad. Could I just take a couple of minutes to thank some of these individuals? And again, I'd like to thank you, Ward Myriad, Mr. Tifo, Chief Administrative Officer, county staff, county councillors, municipal councils, Joel Field, my alternate, corporations and businesses, and members of the public for the flowers, plants, fruit baskets, as well as cards and best wishes for a speedy recovery. Due to a few complications, it took longer than expected, but I'm very pleased to be back. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Mr. Beauchamp, would you please take the roll call?
We'll start from the top. Councillor Agar. Alternate member to Councillor Atkinson, Councillor McEwen. Thank you. Councillor Bouchy. Here. Councillor Bradley.
On Zoom.
Thank you. Councillor Broad. Present. Councillor Case. Present. Councillor Cook. Present. Councillor Dennis. Present. Councillor Ferguson. Present. Councillor Hand.
Present.
Councillor Loosely.
Present.
Councillor McRoberts.
Present.
Councillor Miller.
Present.
Councillor Sageman.
Present.
Councillor Bean.
Present.
Deputy Warden White.
Present.
We have quorum.
Thank you. We acknowledge that this land on which we are gathered today is part of the ancestral land of the Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi peoples, referred to collectively as the Anishinaabe. It is through the connection of the Anishinaabe with the spirit of the land, water, and air that we recognize their unique cultures, traditions, and values. Together as treaty people, we have a shared responsibility to act with respect for the environment that sustains all life, protecting the future for those generations to come. I'd ask any member of council to declare pecuniary interest now or where it may arise during the meeting. Look for a motion to go in camera for the reasons noted in the agenda. Councillor Ferguson, second by Councillor Broad, all in favor. That's carried. Thank you. We'll exit to county. Okay, welcome back. If everyone could join me in a moment of silent reflection, please. Thank you. I'd ask Mr. Beauchamp to rise and report from in camera, please.
Thank you, Warden Marriott. I can report that County Council met in camera this morning for 4 minutes to approve the Lambton County Council closed session minutes dated October 4th of 2023, to receive a report and provide instruction regarding the CAO's appointment and performance, and to receive a report and provide instruction regarding labor relations and employee negotiations at Lambton Public Health.
Thank you. Today is Take Our Kids to Work Day. This annual event provides students with a glimpse into the working world, and for us specifically, the many ways municipal staff provide caring, growing, and innovative services to the residents of Lambton County. This day involves students from grade 9 spending the day in the workplace of a parent, relative, friend, or volunteer host where they experience and learn about the world of work. We would like to welcome the group of students joining us today. There are 18 students participating throughout the county facilities. Some of them are joining us here for part of the meeting today, and others are watching online. If the students at the back would like to wave and show, we hope you enjoy your time. Thank you. And item number 8, minutes of open session of October the 4th. Motion for those minutes, Councillor Broad and Councillor Ferguson seconds. All in favor? That's carried. Item number 9, correspondence to receive and file. We have 2 items here. Councillor Bushi moves. Councillor Agar seconds. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Item number 10, Board of Health. Welcome, Dr. Dewick. So we have 3 items. How would you like to move and receive and file? Councillor Bean moves. Councillor Case seconds. All in favor? That'd be carried. And item B, information reports. Look for a motion to bring these 5 reports to the floor. Councillor Broad and Councillor Dennis seconds. All in favor? That's carried. Any questions on these? If not, receive and file. Councillor Bean moves. Councillor Ferguson seconds. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Dewick. Item number 11, items not requiring a motion. Motion to receive and file these 4 items. Councillor Dennis moves, Councillor Loosely seconds. All in favor? That's carried. Item number 12, reports requiring a motion. Item A, Cultural Services Division. It's a report dated November the 1st regarding the 175th anniversary of Lambton County. Councillor Broad moves the recommendation. Councillor Cook seconds. All in favor? That's carried. Item number B, item number B, the CAO report dated November the 1st regarding Strategic Plan Committee and Public Health Strategic Team. Do we have a motion for both recommendations? Councillor Miller and Councillor Sageman seconds. All in favor? That's carried as well. Item number 13, committee minutes. I'd call on Councillor Bean, please.
Thank you, Warden. AM committee met on October 18th. I present these minutes for council's approval.
Thank you. Motion number 1 was under Infrastructure and Development Services, correspondence to receive and file. Motion number 2 was an information report regarding the 2023 roads and bridges construction update. Reports requiring a motion was motion number 3, report dated October 18th regarding the maintenance activity report from April to October. Motion number 4 was a report dated October the 18th regarding the speed limit adjustment on County Road 7. Motion number 5 was a report dated October 18th regarding update appointment by bylaw for inspectors. And motion number 6 was under Public Health Services, an information report on paramedicine program activity update. And motion number 7 was under Cultural Services Division, information reports. Motion number 8 was a report requiring a motion regarding the library policy manual. And number 9 was a report dated October 18th regarding museums, gallery, and archives collections management. And motion number 10 was adjournment. Councillor Bean, please.
Thank you, Warden. I move the minutes as presented.
Okay, seconded by Councillor Hand. All in favor? That'd be carried. And committee PM, Councillor Ferguson, please.
PM committee met on October 18th, 2023, and I'd like to present these minutes to council.
Thank you. Motion number 1 was under long-term care division, correspondence to receive and file. Motion number 2 was an information report regarding the respiratory season preparedness. And motion number 3 was under corporate services, report dated October 18th regarding County Council corporate policy review. And motion number 4 was under finance, facilities, and court services, information report regarding the annual donations report. And motion number 5 was a report requiring a motion regarding the policy grant review. And motion number 6 was under social services division, information reports. And motion number 7 was report October 18th regarding the affordable housing initiatives, new units. And motion number 8 was adjournment. Councillor Ferguson, please.
I'd like to move these minutes as presented.
Thank you. Seconded by Councillor Dennis. All in favor? That'd be carried. Thank you. There are no items tabled from previous meetings. And number 15 is notice of motion. We have none currently. 16, other business. Does anyone have, sorry, Councillor Bradley.
Yes, Mr. Warden and County Council. I'd sent on behalf of some people dealing with the homeless issue in the community of Sarnia, Point Edward, 4 questions about a week ago and gave a proper notice, which is the way to do it. And I said it'd be great if we could get a high-level response to those questions, which were about Laura Lee Church. They were about warming centers, permanent resources center, and the medical van. Is it possible right now to get a very brief response to those 4 questions for the citizens?
Ms. Colasani, please.
Through you, Warden, to Councillor Bradley. The first question you had was around the Laura Lee Church, which is being used presently as an out-of-the-cold emergency shelter. In the evenings and in the day, it's being used as the Housing and Homeless Resource Center. I believe the question was, the Resource Center is open from 12:30 to 4, and the overflow shelter starts at 4. And they're wondering, can the Resource Center act as a warming center? And I just want to point to Public Health's report, their Extreme Temperatures Initiative report that was received just earlier today. And in the report, it notes that warming centers will operate during regular business hours. So the Housing and Homeless Resource Center is a warming center, but again, only from 12 to 4:30. It's not, the warming centers aren't meant for extended or overnight stays. So individuals who are experiencing homelessness will be supported through the Emergency Shelter Assistance Program, which is coordinated through the Good Shepherd's Lodge and Ontario Works. At the church, one side is the Resource Center, the other side is the Out of the Cold program. When it closes at 4, most of those individuals, not most, but many, will be staying at the shelter, so they won't have to leave. They'll be able to stay there really 24/7. Other individuals might be staying at the lodge. We'd make arrangements for them to get there. And certainly in an extreme weather event, we would enact our Emergency Act and we would start to work with individuals that way. So in an extreme weather, people are not going to be sent out into the cold. So that was the first question, I think, around Laura Lee. The second one was strictly around warming centers, and it was about extended hours. And I'm going to ask Andrew Taylor to speak to that question from Public Health.
Mr. Taylor, please.
Sure, through you, Warden Marriott. And I'll look to, I believe Mrs. Colasanti addressed this in her response, but with respect to the hours of warming centers, what the report in this package intended to relay was simply that Public Health's mandate has been indicated clearly around what our role is with response to extreme temperatures and warming centers, and setting up and working with community stakeholders so that we can communicate when the thresholds are reached, the temperature thresholds are reached. We reach out, our community stakeholders will make their facilities open and available during their working hours to clients needing to access those. And through Mr. Eicher's report in this package, what we've also recently added was the county libraries to the directory. So that increases the span of spaces that are available and accessible. And some of those facilities, I understand, operate on hours outside Monday to Friday too. So that's what we feel is unique. So that's just a really high level response on what that report entails. And I'll leave it there if there's any further questions.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor.
The next question around the outreach was around the outreach staff. And the question was, will county outreach staff be available to assist folks at the warming center after hours or during weather emergencies? So again, they're not going to be necessarily at the warming centers. They're not open all evening. However, you might recall last year around this time or a little bit later, we didn't have the outreach center open yet, and we did have an extreme weather condition. Those outreach staff were out on the street looking for individuals. They know where many of the individuals are staying. They follow up with them. They go there almost every other day, sometimes daily, to talk to those individuals and try to get them to enter the emergency shelter system. So they're continuing to do that. That's what they're doing every day now, trying to move people into permanent housing or into the emergency shelter. So absolutely, they'll be continuing to do that and moving individuals in. So the next question was around the Permanent Resource Center. You noted that Laura Lee Church, the lease that the county has with them ends in April 2024. And will the county be continuing on with the resource center? We're not 100% sure about that. Right now, we're actually, we're about 3 months into the resource center. We're collecting data. We have seen over 100 unique individuals there, so we believe there certainly is a need for it. But we're continuing to collect that data. We're doing surveys with the individuals who are attending there to see if they're finding it helpful. What I will tell you, though, is although the lease is up in April, we've chatted with Miles Vanny from the Inn of the Good Shepherd. Miles is hoping to purchase that property and look to build affordable housing, but we won't be ready in April. So we will be able to extend that lease well into 2024, which allows us time to continue to look for a permanent location. And we are, yes, considering downtown Sarnia as that location, but we're going to be looking at all locations and looking at best practices for housing and homeless resource centers before any decisions are made, and we would bring more information back to council.
Thank you, Ms. Colasani. Any other questions?
There was one other question too.
There was one question about the medical van.
Yes.
The medical van is not operated or funded by the County of Lambton. It's operated by Blue Water Health, West Lambton Community Health Center, and the Canadian Mental Health Association. I did speak with Ronnie Doxeter, who is the Executive Director of CMHA, and the van's purpose really is to work with individuals who do not have access to a primary care physician and who struggle to find access to mental health care and addiction care. So that is the main purpose of the van, and particularly in the rural area. It was never meant to operate 5 days a week. The funding is for 3 days a week, and that's what they're operating at right now. I looked at the schedule, which is available online, and I'm happy to share that with council if they would like. They're mostly located, they rotate around. They're in Tedford, Watford, Alveston, Stony Point, and they do have 2 stops presently in Sarnia, the Inn of the Good Shepherd, and they're out on London Line. We have asked them if they could look at stopping at the Housing and Homeless Resource Hub at the Laura Lee Church. There are some challenges with parking there, but they're looking right now to see if it is possible. But that's the schedule, and that was the intent of it, and there's no intent at this time to extend the hours.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. Warden, and to the staff for the response to those questions. Thank you.
Okay, is there any other business? Councillor Case, please.
Yes, Mr. Warden, through you, I just want to thank county staff. I was part of the county housing tour last week. It was very informative. You might say it was eye-opening in many, many ways, looking at many of the facilities that we run, whether they're small apartment buildings or they're individual homes. So again, I just want to say thank you very much. It was very informative. I've been here a long time, first time I've ever been part of something like that. I would encourage any other county council that couldn't attend last time around to maybe attend next time. So thank you very much. It really did open my eyes, so thank you kindly.
Yeah, thank you for that, Councillor Case. Yes, it was a really good tour, and like you said, everybody should see it firsthand. It does change your perspective, what we're doing here in the county. Is there any other business? Councillor Hand, please.
Sorry, I had my hand up too. I would say the exact same thing, but I went on the tour. It was my first time taking a tour, seeing the housing stock. But what I found really helpful was we had the information on doing the renovations to the existing buildings, and it was really helpful to see those buildings and to see the actual space and then understand what they were doing. So it was really worthwhile to attend. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other business? Seeing none, we will move into item number 17, notice of bylaws. Mr. Beauchamp, please.
Thank you, Warden Marriott. It is moved by Councillor Loosely and seconded by Councillor McRoberts that bylaws number 28 through 30 of 2023 as circulated be taken as being read a first and a second time.
All in favor? Opposed, if any? That's carried. Thank you.
It is moved by Councillor McRoberts and seconded by Councillor Loosely that bylaws number 28 through 30 of 2023 as circulated be taken as being read a third and final time.
All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. That brings us to item number 20, adjournment. Next meeting is November the 29th. With in-camera set to start at 9 a.m. I look for a motion to adjourn, please. Councillor Bean and Councillor Ferguson, all in favor. That's carried. Please join me in O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Just a reminder for the next meeting, we will have a social brunch after the meeting in Committee Room 3.